Hello, 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 and welcome to the Business Combat Live show. We are happy that you are here. Boom. All right. We are live today for the Business Combat Show on a Friday. Kind of cool. And we've got summer on the agenda for you today. Now, I just want to be clear before we start that there is no one who is an expert on what to do during a pandemic, because in our lifetimes, this is the first time we've experienced anything like this. So we're going to give you our best guides and our plans and all the things that we would do during a normal summer, plus some of the adaptations of the things that we're going to do during the pandemic to keep our business reopening slowly and safely, but yet moving forward. And all we're going to be doing really with summer this year is just starting it a little bit later. We've basically hit the pause button for the last 3 months, and now we're starting to slowly open in California. No matter where you are in the country, we're all experiencing this differently, and you're going to have some semblance of summer. So we want you to have some plans and some fun with your members to get them back and involved. Today, our special guest is our resident expert for all things summer, all things after school martial arts, and all things fitness kickboxing. She has been in charge of the Red Dragon branch of that for at least the last decade, if not longer. And she's been part of our company for over 20 years. And I always defer to her when it comes to things related to those topics that we're going to cover today. And that's why I'm excited to have Shelly Toland with us today. So Shelly, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Chris, for having me here today.
So tell us a little bit about what you've got going on. We've got a whole agenda of summer themes, the bucket list, some cool things, little hacks that people can do to get involved with their local libraries to drive members. We got a whole big agenda today. So tell us a little bit about you and how you got started.
Yes, well, let's see. I've been at Red Dragon for over 20 years now. Oh my gosh, it's a lifetime. Got started because my kids wanted to get into karate, and here I am 20 years later. And I took a lot of the things that I enjoyed as a parent and did with my children in the younger years, and have adapted it and made it part of our Red Dragon summertime fun. So they kind of dubbed me the Julie McCoy cruise director of the summer program for Red Dragon. So here to direct you with your summer fun. So
that's awesome. So we're going to get started. We're going to get right into this today. And I think you and I talked about starting with summer themes, and I'll bring the slide up on the screen, and that way we can talk about it. And while I'm doing that, just kind of tell everybody how important it is to have some type of theme during.
Yes, so during a regular summer, it's very important to have a theme. Now, during the pandemic, I think it's going to be just as important to have the summer themes for your classes. So, like Chris said, we're pushing ours back just a little bit. We're going to be starting after the 4th of July. We did have the pause here in the world for the last 3 months. And now it seems that spring is finally gone, and the stores and community are now opening up for summer. So starting July 6th for us, we're going to be doing our themed weeks of summer. So the reason we do our themed weeks, one is it's a blast, right? The kids have a really good time. We find that we sometimes compete with, the pool, their friends hanging out at home, and they really don't want to come to their classes in the summertime. So we came up with the summer themes just to kind of bring them into the studio and have a good time. Now, those that are going to be on Zoom with us or live, of course, we are going to have them do the exact same thing at home and have a good time with us this summer. So starting in July, we're going to do fun things like we're going to do Crazy Hair Week, which is always a super popular one for our kids. They go crazy. They literally look up different hairstyles on Google and get their hair all wild and crazy. And all week long, we take pictures, we post it in our Facebook groups, obviously post it on our pages. We do a sunglass week. So we actually sell branded branded sunglasses that say Red Dragon on them. And so we do a sunglass week. So we usually sell the sunglasses the week before, and then we let them wear their sunglasses. Now, of course, they don't have to be Red Dragon sunglasses, right? But that will allow any of those into class. With that, we also do the baseball hats, but we call it just hat week because some people don't have baseball hats, but we let them do sunglasses and hats in class. They'll be doing the same thing on Zoom with us as well. We do, of course, sell branded hats too. We're going to do crazy socks. So I kind of had this year an idea to do the crazy sock week and maybe Monday have an activity day, right? So the goal is to have them either obviously purchase something from you or to maybe be a part of it and do something with you to get them more involved in the studio. So the crazy sock week, I was thinking about having them bring a pair of socks, or we provide them, and we do a bunch of different craft stuff to make their socks and do them up on like a Monday afternoon, do like a little mini camp to have them come and do that. We have like Hawaiian shirts week. You can do those plastic leis, give everybody a lei when they walk in the door, play Moana music. I can't stand it. Some of our senseis love it, but the Moana music is always fun for them. We're going to get into our Soak the Sensei week, which is actually their most blast favorite week that they have the entire summer is the Soak the Senseis. So what we do during that week is the kids will, the ones who come to class get soaked by all the senseis. We get some water guns and we squirt them down and they absolutely love it. Of course, we put it later in the year, so it's the hottest part of the year in California. And then if they're student of the day, they get to reverse it. They get to soak their senseis. So they have a really good time with that. So,
okay, so I'm gonna jump in here and with a couple things. One, we are covering the entire summer themed week. So if you're taking good notes, great. Don't worry, we are recording this, so we'll be happy to do the replay. Plus, we've got some cool stuff to give away, I think, at the end. So if you, in the comments section, first of all, if you have questions, I can see your questions and your comments that are coming up. We can put them up on screen and answer any questions you might have about summer. In addition to that, if you comment in the comments of the Facebook live stream that we're doing right now with the word summer, we are going to hook you up at the end of this broadcast today with every resource and all the tools that you're seeing here today. We're basically going to give you our blueprint for summer that we use across all 12 of our Red Dragon Karate schools. So don't worry about if Shelly or I start talking fast. We're going to get you access to do it, but you got to comment summer in the comments below. And then if you have any questions about anything that we're covering during this time, feel free to just put those questions in the comments for the live stream. So, Shell, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
we give a lot of information very fast, and I didn't want to overwhelm you.
Absolutely. I am a fast talker anyways. I get a shot out of a cannon. And I don't even drink caffeine. So go figure, if I was like Chris and, mainlining espresso every day, then I would probably be really shot out of a cannon. But yeah, so we just do a bunch of different themes. So our Soak the Sensei week is a blast. The kids have a good time with that. We get into some shorts and tank top week, which is a blast too. Kids love to wear their shorts to class anytime they can. During that week, we actually, we sell Red Dragon tank tops, but we don't sell them in the little sizes. So we look at it as a time to also, sell some merchandise. So we do sell t-shirts at a little discounted price. And then we teach them how to make a tank top from a t-shirt. So it's kind of another fun thing you can do as an activity day leading up to it. Or, there it is on the screen. There's my Red Dragon t-shirt that I cut off and made a tank top with. Which is kind of cool. So we do sell a ton of t-shirts that week so the kids can make their own tank tops. Just things to get them excited, right? So things to get them excited and involved in the studio. We also have our Keep It Chill week. That was going to be our Karate and Chill, but then we thought parents might get it, but it might be a little too much for the kids. But that's basically our snow cone, ice cream, popsicle week. Every day after class, we give them some sort of treat at the end. We've talked about bringing in ice blocks before. There's so many things you can do to kind of make it a fun week for them. And that, of course, is in August for us because it is blazing hot in California. And then we usually round off our summer with a pajama week. So kids have a good time wearing their jammies. I love to wear mine all day if I could. So I'm sure that they love to wear theirs too. So those are just some of the themes that we do. Those are the themes we're going to do this year starting in July, right after 4th of July. And it'll get us all the way through August. So basically our summer will end at Labor Day, like the old way of doing things.
All right. So that's actually pretty cool. And that's 8 weeks. And like I said in the beginning, we are basically, we had a 3-month pause. So now we're doing it. This is something that we would typically be starting in May, but obviously the world has shifted and changed. So we're literally starting our May campaign in July. We still have plenty of time to push forward and to make these things happen. And then look, as things change in the world, we will adjust and adapt going forward. So that's essentially our 8-week blueprint. It runs from July. What is that going to take us to? The end of August?
The 6th through the end of August. Yeah, it ends like the 28th or so, somewhere around there.
So right around Labor Day, which is kind of the official end towards summer anyway. And that's our plan. So again, if you comment below with the word summer, we are going to give you that plus some of the other cool stuff that you're about to see. So I'm going to try and find all of our assets here. Oh, and by the way, on the tank top, on the t-shirt to tank top thing, there are probably 8 trillion videos on YouTube on how to convert a t-shirt to a tank top as a DIY craft thing. So feel free to go there as well. But we showed the little picture of ours, little diagram that kind of shows. It's pretty easy to do, and it makes a great craft day kind of theme for your campers, for those of you that are having the campers.
Yeah, you can even find those pictures on Google Images and just pull them up, drop your logo on, and you've got yourself a picture just like that.
Right. So once again, this is our entire campaign for the 8 weeks of summer, which are now going to officially start in July. And we're going to go July through Labor Day. These are all the things that we're doing. And by the way, they're in no specific order. So if you are just tuning in, summer has shifted for us because of all the things going on in the world today. But you follow this plan, you can put it in any order. And the cool thing is I've shown this to a couple of our Dojo Doctor coaching clients, and they have actually taken it and put a little twist of their own on there. So you can use this not as a exact step-by-step process, but rather just kind of a guide to give you the ideas to keep classes exciting and motivated. Because besides competing with the pandemic, we are competing with weather. Right, with summertime as well. So that's part 1. So let's move on to part 2. I'm playing a host and producer at the same time here. So we're going to pop that up here. That should work. Full screen jumped. All right. So this is going to be the bucket list, which we're going to talk about here in a sec. We're going to go there, and I'm going to find that, and I'm going to bring that up. There you go. Hi, Shelly.
Hi.
You're back.
I'm back.
You are back. We're looking for the bucket list. There's the bucket list. All right. So this is another thing that we are doing for internal to keep our students motivated and excited, because we are going to compete with the weather in some type of capacity during the summer. So we want to give our members something to do and something to continue to think about the world famous Red Dragon. And of course, whatever your studio is, do that as well for summertime. So Shell, tell us a little bit about the summer bucket list. This was a really neat idea that you had come up with.
Well, actually, we came up with it at one of our masterminds, which was pretty cool. This is what I love about masterminds, is everybody's ideas coming together. We created a summer bucket list a few years ago, and we had this document where we clearly have some items on there that they would check it off, and then they would turn it into us. And at the end of summer, we would have some sort of summer party. Now, this year with this pandemic and the social distancing, I'm not sure what type of summer party we can have, but we may still be able to have a picnic or one of my favorites, which is a drive-in movie. So they would complete all of the things on this bucket list and then turn it into us, and that would give them a ticket into our end of summer party. Now, if we have social distancing still going on at the end of summer, one of the ideas I'd like to share is a drive-in movie. And the drive-in movie was something we had done a few years back. And most of us have an outside area where we can, throw up a movie up on the wall. And we had the kids bring in boxes, and we actually decorated the boxes at our parents' night. And it was actually a family night because the parents were there to help. But you can also do it where the kids can bring in a box that looks like a car. And then we kind of had a car show. So we had all the cars lined up. Kids got to earn trophies. We played a big movie up on the screen. We had popcorn. It was outside, so we didn't care. We let it fall on the ground. It swept up a lot easier out there. So that could be a really fun end of summer party, especially if we're doing some social distancing still at the end of the year and not able to do picnics or stuff like that. So the summer bucket list was just a cool list where the kids got to check it off. Now, We did evolve it a little bit last year, which is what we're going to get into next, Chris, is the Summer Spirit Challenge. And the bucket list has kind of evolved into our Summer Spirit Challenge. But this is a great document that you can use. You can edit it, put on there some fun things that relate to your school or your community, and use it any way you'd like. Having fun moving them around. So our Summer Spirit Challenge is actually the one that is a fun one for us, and that should be coming up on the screen here in a second.
Yeah, that's coming up. I'm finding all the assets for.
You're having fun with that, I see.
I'm like, oh, I clicked the wrong button there. That's cool. All right, so the summer bucket list ties into, what is it that you were saying?
The Summer Spirit Challenge, which is the big one today, I think.
Awesome. Well, you would probably want me to pull that slide up on the screen, I'm guessing.
Okay. So our Summer Spirit Challenge, let me tell you a little bit about that. The Summer Spirit Challenge has evolved over the years too. So when it first started about 20 years ago, it was a postcard contest or a photo contest. People used to actually print out pictures. Remember when that used to happen? And they'd print out pictures and we'd bring it into the studio and we'd put them up on the wall and we'd put their postcards on the wall and we would do a contest of things like the farthest traveled, the craziest picture, best family photo, most spirit. And what we would call our spirit part of it is our branding, right? So our branding, our t-shirts, our uniforms, our hats. Let's see, what are some of the things we have? We have sweatshirts, we have beach towels, we have coffee mugs, water bottles. We have pop sockets and cell phone cases and wristbands. We have everything that has our name on it, right? Our branded logos for our schools. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to get our kids in the habit of packing their stuff when they traveled, and they would take pictures on their vacation. So we would get pictures in like Dubai where they had their Red Dragon shirts on. They're doing a kick, off a building and stuff. So it was kind of cool because we got to get our name and brand around the country. And then now with social media, of course, it's evolved and gone farther. So we're taking the pictures that people do and now we're posting it in the Facebook groups and on Instagram, of course. So our Summer Spirit Challenge this year had to change because of the pandemic. A lot of people aren't traveling. So what we did was we took our challenge ideas and we took our bucket list ideas and we kind of merged them together. So we actually created
I think I found it. Nope. No, that's not it. That's that.
That's not it. It's the posts, Chris. All the
Oh yeah. I got it. All right, you keep talking. I'm gonna find
it. You're fired. You're fired from directing. You're better off on the other side of the camera. You can't produce. Anyways, it's the so I created 8 weeks of posts. So there's a daily post, and each post has a prompt. And let's see if he's gonna pull that up there. If not, I have it. So each one is going to become a post, and every
that's
post,
better. You just go ahead and show it. That's going to be better because I'm afraid to click the wrong button and I'm going to end this broadcast. So I don't want to do that.
That's crazy. All right. Well, anyways, we have a bunch of posts, and our posts are a prompt, and it's and I have them all labeled. So I have Summer Spirit Challenge #1, and like #1 would be, I'm just going to come off the top of it here. So #1 would be like, take a picture of yourself like in the pool or on the beach. And so then you would get kids wearing their summer spirit, right? So your branded gear is going to go to the pool or to the beach. They're going to take a picture and they're going to post it on that post that we put out with the prompt. So they're going to earn points. We had it up, we can show you. So you're going to get my really washed out version here. So everyone says post a pic for 20 points. So we got different points. It's like Chris calls it the, what was it? Whose line is it anyways? The game with points, but the points don't matter, right? So we've got all kinds of points listed on these prompts. And so they're going to take a picture and they're going to post it in our group on the post in the comment section. But they are going to get double points if they post it on their own page in Facebook or Instagram and they tag our studio page. So it would be like Chris Casamassa, is at Red Dragon Glendora, and he's got a picture of him doing flying kick on the beach. And that is going to end up being like 100 points for him by the time he does it. So our goal is to create excitement with the kids and the families to get out there and do all these different prompts. Now, they're all, with the pandemic especially, I changed up a lot of our prompts. We made only a few of them about travel. So there's some that still say like, where did you travel? And we put your picture there. But a lot of them are going to be things that parents want kids to do too. And they're going to be no cost ideas. So it'll be things like, what's your summer reading book? What's your favorite flavor ice cream? Show us your, a leaf, find a leaf or a cool rock and then take a picture of that. But it's all about the branding. They get points when they wear the Red Dragon gear, or let's say they have a leaf, they got a coffee mug in the picture, whatever it is, it's branding. And we're hoping that, it actually happened last year. We did it. And it was the first time I ever did it where they did it on their parents' page, and we did it with a hashtag. And the hashtag was really difficult. And I don't recommend doing the hashtag this year. That's why I'm saying have the check-in process. But I went 300 posts on the parents' pages, and I didn't do a daily prompt, and I didn't even do weekly prompts. I pretty much did one post, and I ended up with 300 pictures on other people's pages, which showed up on their news feeds with their kids doing cool things in our branded gear. There's a post.
Yeah, I got it while you were talking it. So there's one of them right there.
That's the crazy hair. Yep, crazy hair day. So there it is, crazy hair and your RDKT. So post a pic for 25 points. So they'll just start posting their pictures there. They'll be taking their cool pictures, putting it on their parents' pages, or parents will be doing it, of course. But that's kind of our summer spirit challenge.
Now, Shelly, I'm going to hop in here. So these are Facebook posts that we've created. And the cool thing for everybody watching is we've made them generic, right? They're not branded for us.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So what that means, and by the way, we didn't just do one or two. How many of these posts did you put together for everybody today?
56. There's exactly 8 weeks worth of posts. Yeah.
So you could literally do a spirit challenge, one a day for 56 days in a row.
Yes, Jim.
That's a lot of work. Yep. That's a lot of work that you did. And again, it engages the audience on Facebook. It allows your members to go travel, but still keep you in top of mind awareness. And not only that, keep your studio and your studio brand in their friends' streams and their top of mind awareness. They're having fun. They're engaging on social media, but more importantly, they're tagging you. They're tagging the studio. And again, that's basically free advertising, free ROI.
Yeah, free advertising, and they have a great time doing it. And like I said, this year I changed it up a little bit. I did a lot of things like playing a board game with your family, backyard camping, stuff that I know that more people are doing now because of the pandemic. So I tried to kind of adapt it this year, but it may just stay this way too. It's kind of cool. And the rules that go with the challenge, I put it in a post at the beginning, and Chris and I actually talked about taking the bucket list and putting all 56 things listed on the bucket list and handing it to the kids. And on the backside, it'll have the rules too. But the rules that I put in there, very specifically say, like, not every post is going to relate to you, and, don't feel bad if you can't, obviously put something in this post. Like if you're not traveling, that's cool. There's going to be, 55 other posts that you can do.
Right.
They're going to be okay. So everybody has a chance to participate, and, very few things cost money. It's all about getting out in the community and getting out. There's things about random acts of kindness, posting a video about your random act of kindness. So we're trying to still create those things that we're teaching inside of our school, like, the values, along with the fun that we do. So this is kind of the internal and external marketing that we do at the same time. And I'm excited about this one this year with the recreation of it for the pandemic and our world takeover.
Yeah, well, listen, you've done a great job, which is why I'm happy to have you on the show today, and happy to have you help martial arts school owners, around the country do something for summer, right? Because we always talk about you have two choices: do something or do nothing.
Right.
The wrong choice is always to do nothing, and sometimes people get overwhelmed or they get freaked out, and they they get into themselves and get introverted instead of going out. And as a martial arts school owner, it's important that you take charge, step up, and do something. And even if you have 5 of your members take part in it, you're engaging them, right? Yep. That's important for retention, for long-term growth, and to do something besides just trying to go punch, block, kick, form, weapon, self-defense all the time. It is different, it is unique, and it's something that if you're doing it and the other martial arts schools that have survived the pandemic in your area aren't doing, again, it becomes part of your unique selling proposition, what we call the USP, to set you apart from any other martial arts school in your area. And that is really, really important for long-term business success and long-term business growth. And those are things you don't want to go away from. And again, that's why I'm happy to have Shelly here to share all this stuff, because she has worked super hard. She has made our summers, especially over the last 10 years at the Red Dragon schools, just increase. Like a lot of people will lose members or lose money, or they'll have to do summer camps to replace revenue, where for us, we're very fortunate that we don't have to do that. To have someone like her who has put the time in and the resources in to engage an audience and to keep our members active during summer, like it's gold. It's pure gold. So again, if you are just tuning in to the show right now, comment the word summer below and we will send you a link to everything that you've seen so far. And what we've covered so far have been the 8 weeks of summer. Now, again, we're starting fast forward July 6th through Labor Day. We are going to give you our complete blueprint of different themes that you can have for the week, as well as during the week, other cool little hacks that you can do to have fun with your members. We've talked about the bucket list and how important that is, because your members are going to travel, especially now. Like as the travel restrictions get eased and get lifted, people have gone stir crazy. They're going to want to get out and they're going to want to go places. And it's important that you don't fight that, but you just go, oh, by the way, since you're going to be going on vacation, we've got this cool thing called the bucket list. And with that, it's basically a checklist of do all these fun things while you're on vacation, post a picture of it on Facebook and tag us. You're going to get points for doing that. And again, like Shelly talked about, those points, they matter, but they don't matter. They want to earn points because what we're doing for here at Glendora is I'm going to basically be doing a raffle. So for all the kids that earn points, those points are going to turn into tickets. At the end of summer, just right after Labor Day, for every point the students get, that's a ticket that goes into a barrel. We're basically going to do a drawing, and I'm going to give away a bunch of cool prizes, whether that's a drone or Amazon gift cards or swag for the studio. They're going to have the ability to earn some free stuff by going on vacation, by taking a picture, and by tagging us when they go, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok. So those are some two cool things right there. And then, of course, we talked about the Spirit Challenge, and the Spirit Challenge really ties into the bucket list. It's kind of a left jab, right cross. Those two tools right there. And again, if you are just tuning in, you don't have to remember everything that I'm saying or everything that Shelly's saying. You'll have the luxury of rewatching this. Plus, if you comment summer below in this stream, we'll make sure that we send you a Dropbox link to all the files. Now, here's the cool thing about the files. They're in PDF, they're in Word, and they're in Pages. So if you have a Mac, we got you covered. If you have a PC, I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. If you have a PC, we got all the Word docs in there and then PDFs, because a lot of this stuff is going to come to you unbranded. It's pretty much done for you and ready to rock so that you can kick off your summer. And right now we're towards the later part, middle of June. So you've got some time to plan, to work with your team, to work with your staff, to move things forward, to make this summer, maybe not the best summer we've ever had, but at least, well, what we say is save your summer so that your students don't quit and they stay bonded to you. All right, so there's the quick overview of what we've covered so far. All right, here's a Facebook user. I'm ready to do all of this alongside the kids. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's the other cool thing, and Shelly touched on this. Like when our favorite one is Water Wars. When we do Water Wars week, we go to Target or Walmart and we buy those big giant super soaker guns. We'll have 3 or 4 of them here at the school for all the instructors. And at the end of every class, we just blast the kids. We tell them, do a good job and you get sweaty, we're going to cool you down. And then, like she said, we do a thing called Student of the Day. So for those of you that may not be familiar with the Student of the Day, by the way, this is not just a summer thing. This is an all-time thing. If you want benefits and you want the parents to see them and you want your kids to show them, all you've got to do is have this cool little thing called Student of the Day. Student of the Day is simply, at the end of every class, the student who has done the best. But it's not just physical. It's mental as well, having them follow along with you. And what that means is, let's say my theme for the week is focus. So when I start the class, it's pretty simple. I just come up and go, all right, today I'm going to be looking for the student that has the most focus. So no matter where I am in the room, the student that is looking at me the most, that's following me with their eyes and standing strong, you're going to be my focus master for the day, and you get to be our student of the day. So what we have is basically a little tchotchke box at the school. At the end of class, the 2 or 3 students that become student of the day for whatever the call out was, they get to go to that box and they'll pull out, like Shelly said, we've got sunglasses and pop sockets and stickers and pencils and little candies. They get to do it. But during Water Wars week, if you're student of the day, you get the water gun and you get to blast Sensei.
Yeah, I think that's their highlight.
Oh, it is. It's great. And the studio is full of thrash. So there's just basically kind of an idea within an idea there. We're like, it's Inception.
Yep. Yeah, and actually I think that week is just as fun for the instructors because we get to blast them, all the ones who are mouthing off in class and goofing around. We get to blast
Right.
them too. I think we enjoy that the most. But one of the other things as you were talking, I remembered was that the cool part too is when they're on vacation, a lot of kids don't think about us, right? They get on vacation, they're not thinking about karate, and then when they come back from vacation, they're not even thinking about coming back to karate because now they're in vacation mode. But the fact that they're out and they've taken pictures and they need to post them and they've taken their stuff and they're like literally on their vacation thinking, I got to take a cool picture on the beach with my Red Dragon wear on, it makes them think about coming back to us, and they're excited to come back too because they get to see, us, talking about their pictures and commenting. And, sometimes we still print them out and post them up just for fun too, some of our favorites.
Yep.
Cool.
That is awesome. And again, there's a comment Summer. So if you are watching this, put the comment Summer below and we will get you the Dropbox link to everything that you have seen and heard so far. And we've got more. So I think we're ready to move on.
All right.
Now the magic. Do I click the right button?
Something might pop up. Who knows what it's going to be, guys?
You don't know what it's going to be.
Might be
yeah, we're gonna talk about library success, and I will intro this, and then I'll bring this little jobber up on the screen. See if I can get that up there. There it is. Good job. And I'm going to make that solo. So this is our secret summer hack, and we have been doing this for quite some time, and we're going to share this with everyone today because the great thing about libraries, they're all over the world, okay? And especially in the U.S., they do a bunch of summer programs. Now, is that going to happen this summer? We don't know, but I want you to be prepared because there will be other summers, and you might be able to get some version of this in. You might be able to work with your library in a limited capacity this year. We don't know, but what we are going to do is we're going to make sure that you have the tools that you need to potentially flood your studio with students. Now, listen, I'm saying that because I'm tongue-tied because I'm so excited because I'm thinking about last summer, and when summer ended, the amount of students, new members that we got from September through November was crazy. And it was pretty much because of this idea that, Shelly, I'm going to have you share with them right now. So I'm going to step out of this.
Yes. So when my kids were little, my kids are now 28 and 30. And when they were little, we used to do the library challenges every year. And we loved it because we'd go in, the kids would read, 5 books, and they'd get a gift certificate for something. It was always like a local haircut, McDonald's, whatever it was. So we got hooked up with this about 20 years ago, and it has been very good for us over the years. So I have spoken to the libraries in in our area. So I did about 15 square miles from where we're at, and half of the libraries are open right now. And the other half are going to be opening in July, and they're going to be doing their challenge this year virtually. So what the kids do is they'll read a certain number of books. When they return the books, they get a pass. When they start the challenge, they also get like a goodie bag. And in the goodie bag are some of the sponsor stuff as well. So this little list here that we've given you is going to give you the directions on how to contact your library and find out if they are doing a program such as this. So what you're going to do is you're going to call the library, and you're going to ask them if they ask for the children's librarian, actually. You're going to ask for the children's librarian and talk to them and ask them if they're going to be doing a summer reading program or anything similar to that. Some of the libraries have switched, and they're just doing like a weekly seminar type thing, which is cool too, because they still do want donations for that as well. You're just going to ask them if they're having the reading contest. And if they are, then you're going to ask them if it's okay if you donate some things to the program. Now, the big thing here that you have to know is that you have to give something free. So years ago, we could do, where you could charge, give them a coupon for something and they have to pay, $19.99 for introductory program. But now we can't do that. Okay, it all has to be free, and I know that's across the country. So what we've done is we've developed the three classes, which basically is your introductory program and a free T-shirt. So the introductory program, we've actually renamed the Bully. I think, what did we call it, Chris? It was the Bully program or something like that, because that's the big key word for now, instead of calling it an introductory program.
Bully proof.
Now, it wasn't bully proof, but I know you're bully proof. But the actual gift certificate says, one week bully and self-defense course. And it includes a shirt. So, of course, bully proof is the name we want to use, but we're going to do the free bully seminar for them and give them a free t-shirt. Now, I know we all say, oh, free t-shirt, but that costs me money. What that does, though, is it gives you a billboard, right? Those kids wear that shirt around school. If they go back to school, they wear it around town, and they're a walking billboard for you with that t-shirt. So giving away a free shirt should not be a huge deal. Even if you can get a cheaper shirt, whatever you can do, give away a free shirt and 3 free bully classes. Now, the other thing we did, which really flooded our school that Chris was talking about, was we did a free birthday party. So it also made us a hero in our community, right? We're giving away $249 birthday parties. Now, I didn't just give them one. We gave away 8,000 parties last year. 8,000 parties. Now, like Chris said, we were flooded with students. Now, we weren't flooded with 8,000 parties, but we did get a good grip of birthday parties that came in off of that. We will happily take a free party, people coming into our school, 10 kids that we haven't ever seen before coming into our school, and giving us a chance to make them students. So the free parties were obviously a huge, huge hit. And I know you're going to say something about that because that's your jam there.
That is my jam. That's why I came back in there. It's good. But yeah, we did give out 8,000 free birthday parties last year to libraries across Southern California, which is cool. Now, for those of you that have B90Z, you already know what I'm going to say next, right? Of course, the catch being in the middle of a pandemic, we can't really do birthday parties,
right.
But our passes don't expire ever, especially when it comes to a free birthday party, which means a year from now, if a kid's going through his stuff and it's coming up on their birthday and they find this coupon that they got from us that says a free birthday party for up to 10 of your friends, and they call our school or they bring it in, am I going to honor it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to. Now, if you don't have B90Z, if you don't have the perfect birthday party program that allows you to capture 90% of those people without selling them anything, but making them members, then you got to let me know. And, I'll get it to you, and I'll make sure that you have it and you have access to those tools because I want you to win. It was a program that we created a long time ago, but I'm not here to pitch on that. What I'm here to reinforce what Shelly said is you got to give to get. We gave out 8,000 passes, absolutely free. So by the way, the win on that is a tax deductible business expense that you give away. If you're giving away the free t-shirt and a free week of martial arts, there's a value on that. And again, I am not an accountant nor a lawyer, but I do play one on TV. But you got to talk to your accountant or your lawyer about your tax benefits of that. We are giving away, we are donating to a local cause. There are tax benefits that go along with that. It's community goodwill. It is a huge win for your studio. And of course, if they take that coupon that they got from their library and they come to you and they walk through the doors of your studio, you should be able to capture them and dial them in. And that's why this library pass is a huge untapped resource that, again, many of you probably didn't even know existed, but we want to make you aware of it. And it is a program because libraries are nationally funded. So it is a nationwide campaign. And it's as simple as what Shelly said, is contact your local librarian. Just ask them this simple question. Do you have a summer reading program? That's it. You don't have to identify yourself as the world's greatest martial artist or anything. Just ask, do you have a summer reading program? Because the paper that we have here, this is the script. You follow this process right there, and it will take you through step by step. There are 10 steps to follow. It's a 3-page document. That's just page 1 of what to do, what to say, and more importantly, what not to do and what not to say when you are contacting libraries so that you get your foot in the door and you get access to thousands of potential members in your area. So that's my 2 cents on that, Shell.
Yes, and actually I spoke to one of our libraries yesterday, and they are not planning on reopening. They're still working remotely, but they are going to do the same program online. So they asked if I can send them the coupon online, which is great. Saves us on printing too. So we're going to be sending them the same coupon, but doing that virtually. We also have in the past used the same library coupon for other types of programs, right? So churches around your area have their 1-week camps, and ours are still doing them. I mean, and I know every community is different, but
right.
Like the churches who do the Bible camps and all those things, they're still running them, and we can give them passes there. You can give them to some of the local schools that are in session, other local summer camps. You can give them away to just about anybody this summer, just a little added thing. This same pass is actually something that we've used in the past too when school is in session for our like honor roll passes. It's all kind of the same thing. But the library is a huge untapped resource. Our Glendora library that is near us get over 2,000 participants every year. And the Covina library, which contacted me last week, they said that they get over 4,000 people every year just in their one little library. And this year they had over 3,500 already signed up about 2 weeks ago. So that's pretty cool. So it's a pretty untapped resource there.
Okay, good. So my phone is ringing and our answering machine is going off at the same time. So this will be the part where someone leaves like a 37-minute message and you can hear it in the background.
Of course. Usually happens that way. So yeah, I've also used these summer passes, these library passes for Boy Scouts and Girl Scout troops too, because everybody at the end of the year has something, right? We all have graduations. Matter of fact, speaking of graduation, we're having our graduation next week, and I've actually asked the community for certificates like this as well. So the more that we can do for our community, they give right back to us. I mean, we have 300 cookies donated, like little passes that they come in for free cookies from one of our local places. A little painting, ceramic shop is donating certificates to us, and I'm in turn giving her some because she does parties and does little gatherings there. So it's kind of cool to just be able to hand these out to everybody too. It can go.
Yep. That's good stuff right there. I'm just pulling up a couple of things because we're going to do a quick review of everything that we've covered today, and then we want to make sure that we get everybody the tools that they need to succeed for summer, because we've covered a lot of stuff today, which is really cool. So thank you, Shelly, for being here.
No problem.
I know that you're a huge fan of being on
camera.
Being on camera, yes. I know how much you like it. So
yeah, I do, but I love helping everybody. So that trumps my love of cameras.
There you go. All right, so we're going to show this right here, and that's thing one. So that was the first thing that we covered today was the summer themes. We covered that as getting everybody having a theme for the 8 weeks of summer, and we're going to kick that off. What did we say we're kicking that off?
July 6th.
July 6th is going to be the kickoff for that. So I'm going to hide that and bring us back up there. What else did we talk about today? Well, I'm glad you asked because it's the summer bucket list. Right? And that is a list of things for your members to do when they go on vacation. They are going to leave. They are going to take time off. Don't fight it. Just enjoy it. And look, the hotline's ringing now. People are calling. And give them something to do so they keep your brand and your studio top of mind awareness for the summertime. It's going to be awesome. Then what else did we do? We're going to remove that right there. And then
Summer Spirit.
Yeah, Summer Spirit. And we did the library pass, and we did all kinds of cool stuff. So listen, I'm gonna end all that stuff, and I'm gonna end all that stuff. So it's just me and you. We're gonna remove all that. There we go.
We didn't even touch on summer camps. I mean, gosh, our camp's open. We are running summer camp, so depending on your area, you could be running summer camp now. We've obviously had to modify and do a ton of different protocols with the COVID-19, but it's working. We're getting people in the door.
That's great. So we recommend that you kick off your summer starting July 6th. Some of you probably have already kicked off your summer. Again, every part of the United States is different right now. We are all going through this pandemic together, but we're all in a different spot depending on what your state is doing and what your area and of course, city to city, county to county is different as well. Like it's not even the states that are trying to do it. It's county by county. They are trying to quell this, but July 6th is going to be our official kickoff for summer to move our 8 weeks through, and that'll take us all the way until the end of
August.
Into Labor Day. So it kind of works out and maths out anyway. But our plans are, number one, having summer themes, 8 weeks of summer. We're going to give you that entire blueprint and what we're going to be doing. Having a bucket list to make sure that the kids have a checkoff list of things to do when they go on vacation. And in addition to that, making sure that there is a spirit challenge that happens, which is thing number 3. So those are 3 big things right there that we covered. And those are all pretty much internal, right? They'll help your new members build rapport with you a little bit more. But your existing members, those 3 things right there are key to their success. And then finally, if you want new members, using the library challenge, the way that Shelly outlined it, is a key resource. And the best part is it's free. It is free for you to get into those libraries. It's the cost of the printing of the coupons, which is very minimal. If you only got 5 students from that, and you only charged $100 a month, that's $500 right there. If you print 8,000 coupons, because you can print 3 or 4 on a page, it'll cost you maybe a couple $100 to do that. You print them on nice gloss paper in color. Don't do black and white printing. Yeah. Make them look nice to represent your brand. And you go, okay, well, I spent $200 to make $500. If you only charge $100 a month, but your students don't stay with you for 1 month. Most students stay an average of 8, 9, 12 months. So now that 500 becomes 4,000, becomes 6,000, becomes 12,000. And that's with just 5. I told you earlier in this broadcast how many members we get every year from our just from the summer library pass. Forget birthday parties, forget marketing, Facebook ads, and all the other things that we do. Forget walk-by traffic. Just from the library pass idea alone, like I never worry about summer. Our summers are just as good, if not better, than any other time of the year. And it's simply because we have a plan, we have a system, and we have a process that for us, for Red Dragon, and now for you, if you follow it, will get you consistent, predictable, reliable results every time. Now, is it going to work this year? I said that at the beginning. I'm going to say it again. I don't know. That's the big thing. And anybody that tells you they're an expert on this pandemic for martial arts businesses is lying to you.
Yeah.
We've never done this before. I'm just giving you our plan of this was a regular summer. Here's how we're making the adjustments. Here's the tweaks. Like Shelly said, our summer camp has already started. That's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother video for summer camps. And in addition to that, after school martial arts, there's some additional revenue streams there. And we just don't have the time to cover it all today. So if you are just tuning in right now, make sure that you comment the word summer below, and we are going to give you access to everything that I've talked about today. The 8 weeks of summer theme blueprint. You're going to get the Summer Spirit Challenge, 56 Spirit Challenge posts that Shelly put together that are unbranded. You could just drop your logo on them. You could do one a day for the 56 days remaining of summer to get the students to be engaged with you. You're going to get the library pass blueprint, the step-by-step process of how to get into your local library and generate revenue and get students from the library. And you're going to get it all for one word.
Summer.
Summer. Just put summer in the comments. Now, if you're watching the replay, it might be a moment or two before I get it to you. To get you that, make sure that you are following me on Facebook. It's Chris Casamassa, the Dojo Doctor. You can always comment there, and I can get it to you there, or personal message me on Facebook. Those are the easiest ways to get those tools to do. And finally, we're going to wrap up with this because summer is coming and traveling is happening. So most of you already know that we've got a coaching and consulting program. We have helped hundreds of martial arts schools grow their business so they can live a better lifestyle and make a bigger impact in their community. We have our mastermind coming up on August 14th and 15th. It's going to be in beautiful San Diego. We are opening up 7 seats. Now, normally I don't do this, but I am trying to help as many school owners as I can. We're opening up 7 seats for people to come and take. It's a 2-day mastermind. Now, not only is it me and Shelly, but I bring in special guest speakers. In the past, we've had Michael Burnoff, Ed Rush, Mike Keenings. We've had just Kelly Murray, Ron Sell. We've had a ton of people who are giants and super helpful to martial arts school owners around the country. In this group, in the Business Combat group, I'm going to drop a link in the next couple of days for those 7 seats to be open, and then that's it. It's a small group mastermind. I'm not taking 200-300 things. Normally, we'll do that at our Business Combat Live Super Show. That's not going to happen this year, but we are going to do a couple of these small group masterminds, still bringing in great speakers. We've got a ton of stuff, and Shelly will cover summer camp, after school martial arts, which is universal. Plus, the big thing for all of you, Christmas is going to come. Rain or shine, Christmas is going to come. There's a plan and a process to do a holiday sale that will help you generate revenue. We're going to cover all that and more. It's 2 days in San Diego. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have a bunch of cool stuff planned. That is coming up on August 14th and 15th, and the stuff for that will be coming out in the next couple of days in the Business Combat Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that, you're going to want to hop in there and grab that. And we're always putting a bunch of free content in that group as well. So I think that's going to be it for this, for us. Shelly, thank you so much for being here today. I would bring her back, but apparently I clicked the wrong button and I made her disappear. So that's it for Business Combat, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Put summer in the comments to get all the tools that you need.